Hey y'all, so sorry about the different background setup here. I'm actually visiting my family in Ohio. And it just so happens in Ohio, Hasttel Toy and Collectibles just opened up a second location. So of course when I first got into town, that's the first thing I wanted to do was go and check out Hasttel Toy and Collectibles. And I have to tell you, I'm going to try to do the place justice by the video today, but I just can't because this place was unbelievable. I mean, when I walked in, I got the nostalgic feels that I did when I was a kid walking into Toys R Us. And I haven't felt that since I was a kid walking into Toys R Us. So it is truly an amazing place. Alright, so truth being told, I actually first came to Hasttel Toy 2 days ago as soon as I got into town. Now this is 2 days before the footage you're seeing in today's video was filmed, and the reason I didn't film that first day is, well, for one, I had to check with Mitch and Tony, make sure it was okay that I filmed, and of course they were awesome about it. But two, I just wanted to enjoy the experience and just soak in the atmosphere and let all those nostalgia feels come to me. And I'm so glad I did that the first day because there's really nothing like this place, honestly, in my opinion. Now, on top of that, just the overwhelming selection is beyond the point. You know, when I walked in, first thing I did, look at the women's wrestling figures, and on the shelves, there they are, Basic Series 70 Carmella and Basic Series 71 Charlotte. Two of the basics that I need, and I have almost all the women's wrestling figures released, but those are the two basics that I am missing. So I was blown away to find those as soon as I walked in. This store is organized very well, and obviously one of the first sections I went to is the AEW Unrivaled and Unmatched section. Now, of course, I was going to look for female chases because, as y'all know, the only chase that I found in the wild is the Anna Jay chase, and I will love that figure forever. But I was just curious to see if they had women's chases, but more than that, I was actually looking for a very particular women's wrestling figure that there's not much known about it, honestly, and its rarity. And that to me is so intriguing that it's quickly become the most desired piece and one of my grails. And that figure is AEW Unrivaled Series 1 Brandy Rhodes, the original version. Now, what I mean by that is Series 1 of Unrivaled, it wasn't released widespread, right? A lot of people had trouble finding those in stores. And the people that did find them in stores, they never seemed to find brandies. There were a few brandies found, but there really weren't a whole lot of brandies found in the stores. Now, Ringside Collectibles did have Series 1 up for pre-order, and that's actually how I got my Series 1 brandy. But the pre-orders for brandy went pretty quick, and then she was really hard to obtain. Now, later on, they would re-release Unrivaled Series 1 and update the skin tones of all the male wrestlers because that first series, it looked like the cast of Twilight, okay? Like, all those men's wrestlers, the skin tone was crazy. They looked like I said, like the Cullen family or something. But they updated the skin tones and they did re-release that brandy, so it became more widely available for those that missed out on her. However, on the second release, it does say in the corner of the box, Series 1 V2. The one I'm looking for is just the Series 1 original release, and guess what? At Hasttel Toys, I looked up, and here it was in all its glory. I mean, this to me is a true grail. Now, the way you can tell that it is a Series 1 original release is simply on the side, and in this corner it says Series 1. It doesn't say Series 1 V2. And that makes all the difference in the world. This is going for a lot on eBay right now, honestly. Even more than Chase's, actually. And I got this for an excellent price at Hasttel. They worked with me and cut me a huge deal. Even gave me a protector. And yeah, this to me is such a desired figure because obviously, me being a women's wrestling figure collector, chases are cool. Chases are like, grails of their own. But this figure is so intriguing because it's unknown how many were released originally. It really is, and they seem very, very rare. And like I said, even more rare than a lot of the chases or the Red figures themselves. So this figure to me is one that I'm never going to sell in my collection. And I'm so happy to have it, and I'm so happy to have seen it. I mean, my heart dropped when I looked up, saw this figure, checked the corner of the box, boom, Series 1. All right, Mayor Aaron of LumberJillville here, and I have obtained a grail of mine for LumberJillville from Mitch and Tony over here at Hasttel Toys of Canton, Ohio. Now this is Series 1 Brandy, and I'll go over this later, but here I wanted to show you this truly amazing place. It's the best place I've ever been as far as toys and collectibles go, and I wanted to talk to Mitch and Tony and ask them kind of about the store and, things like that.
Well, thank you for coming. It's good to have you.
That's
always nice to speak to you and interact. Yes, the Brandy Rhodes. This is the original V1 version. Then they, of course, re-released it. So, but enough about Brandy. She's amazing and all. But
we'll cover this later.
This is about us. Yeah, this is Hasttel Toy. We're located in Canton, Ohio, right on Market Avenue. This is my main man, the GM of the store, Tony the Tailor. Good guy. You'll probably see his face if you come in. I'm here once in a while, but he's the main fort holder downer.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But we do have a little bit of everything here, as I'm sure you'll see in the video.
Yes.
We do have a significant amount of wrestling stuff, because that's, in fact, how we started this business. But we have that, and we have a bunch of other stuff too, from NECA to vintage toys to Bunko Pops. We got it all, even Pokemon cards. So that's about it. I mean, we also have a store on Long Island too, so Medford, Long Island. I'll just throw that little tidbit in there. But,
yeah, and that's one of those stores I've always wanted to go to. I became familiar with Mitch through the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast.
Thanks, Matt.
Facebook group and everything. Matt
Thanks,
out
Brian.
there. Yeah, exactly. Matt and Brian.
Thanks,
Big
Mark.
fan of them, and followed that. And when I saw they're opening another store, I just happened to see it's in my hometown. So I live in Tennessee. I get to visit town. First thing I did when I got here was come with my dad. We were blown away. I purchased some things
Dad's
that
super
first
cool
day.
too. He's a Hot Wheels collector.
My dad, he told me, he's like, hey, I put a charger in the back of the shelf there behind some of the other cars. So I might look for that before I go.
I got you.
And that's pretty cool, because my dad, he doesn't collect or anything now, but seeing him look at the toys and talk about the store, I was like,
Bringing it all back.
That's so cool. You know what I mean? It's so cool.
Nostalgia hits hard. That's
Oh
what it's all
yeah.
about.
But since I left this place a couple days ago, I couldn't stop thinking. I was like, man, I need that Brandy. I need
See
that
Watch out,
Brandy.
Cody. He's coming for Brandy.
Yeah, rock out Cody, you know what I mean? I'll get that other pack right off the bone. But no, this store, I'm blown away. It's amazing, so.
Thank you. A lot of hard work,
I
I was trying to direct it remotely, but Tony just took the ball and he ran with it, and touchdown for sure. So, I appreciate that.
And
it's a lot of hard work.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. I know most of my subs, the women's wrestling figure fans, well, guess what? They have that plus tons more. I mean, you'll see in the video, they have Star Wars women's
And
figures.
it's still
they have women's
growing.
figures all over.
Every week I ship multiple boxes down of toys, and both loose and open, and like I said, every genre you can think of. And we're constantly buying collections too. So if you have a collection for sale, hit us up. Hasttel Toy on Instagram, Hasttel Toy on Facebook, or you can just Google us and give Tony a call.
And I'll put all the tags down in the comments of this video, all the tags and everything in there, so make sure to check it out, because this is definitely something that is going to be a recurring thing on the channel. And hopefully we'll build a little relationship with LJV and Hasttel Toys and Mitch and Tony. So I'm excited for this.
Onward and upward. That's what
That's
it is.
right.
Onward
That's
and upward.
right.
I appreciate you.
Hey, I
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
you.
Thanks,
I
man.
appreciate you
Thanks
guys.
a lot.
Coming by.
Thanks, y'all. So even beyond wrestling, they literally had something for everyone. You know, I brought my daughter there the day I filmed, and she just loved looking at everything, as did I. I mean, I could have spent hours and hours. Truth being told, I went there a few times while I was in town, but I couldn't help it. I've never been to a place like this. Now I'm going to show you some clips and some footage of what they have to offer beyond wrestling. Alright, so what did I end up purchasing with my time at Hasttel Toy and Collectibles in Canton, Ohio? Well, truth being told, I could have spent hundreds of dollars. And yeah, I mean, it's just easy to because everything is so well priced. And they really do have everything. But anyway, I picked out some of the most important things that I needed for LumberJillville. And this is what I got. So like I mentioned before, I really needed that basic Series 70 Carmella. I found it right away that first day, and this now completes my Carmella collection. I can now do a Fig History or Fig Evolution of Carmella figures, and this is the last one I needed, so I was really pumped to find it. Now, right behind that figure was Basic 71 Charlotte, and this is the last Charlotte figure that I needed. Now, I have all of Charlotte's figures, and this was the one that I couldn't seem to obtain. Of course, you can get it off eBay, but I couldn't really find one for a good price. And for a while there, I actually thought this was the same as that Elite, I believe, 54 in the blue, because I'm colorblind. So your Dingleberry Mayor Aaron here, got a little confused, and I discovered, oh, it's actually a different color than that Elite. So I had to get it, and they had it. It was almost meant to be. So really glad I picked her up. I also picked up one of the most cool and unique autos that I'm going to have in LumberJillville, and that's this AEW Hasttel Toy exclusive auto that's on a Hasbro-style card of Rebel. I think this is so cool. It's such a high quality, and the best part is it has a little certificate of authenticity on the back. It's signed by Hasttel, and it's limited edition at a 25, so that is just so cool. I saw it and I knew I had to have it right away. It's definitely an amazing little piece, and they had so many other superstars and wrestlers, so I definitely suggest looking at those when you visit. And then, obviously, my favorite find was my Grail piece, that Brandy Rhodes from AEW Unrivaled Series 1, the original release. And like I said, I've been looking for this for a while, and I love it. There's so little known about this figure and its release, so I'm just really excited to have it in my possession now. And yeah. So, beyond all my gets and everything that I purchased, that wasn't even the most memorable or my favorite part about this journey. My favorite part was the first day that I actually went with my dad. I asked him, hey, do you want to go to this toy store? And he's like, okay. Now, my dad doesn't collect, he doesn't collect toys or anything. And I used to think he might think I'm a little weird that I have a YouTube channel on women's wrestling figures, right? But he's always been supportive. But either way, I took him with me, not knowing what to expect. And the first thing he did when he walked in is he beelined it to the Matchbox cars. And he spent the whole time looking through those. And I looked over and I got to see the inner child and the nostalgia come out of him. And I can't even express that feeling that it gave me to see my dad get to relive those feelings. He's a businessman. He doesn't collect toys or anything. He probably doesn't get to feel that feeling a lot. So to see him in his element, looking at those cars, was by far the most memorable part of the trip. And even beyond that, on our drive home, he just couldn't stop talking about the place. And he's asking me, did you find some cool stuff? Did you find things you need for your channel? And we really bonded over that. And for that, I honestly can't thank Mitch and Tony enough, because that's something that I never imagined would happen, and it wouldn't have been possible if my dad and I didn't visit Hasttel Toy in Canton, Ohio. So I know this sounds like a big commercial or advertisement. It's not. But, I'm a caring person, and when there's a place like this that are run by two really awesome guys, I highly encourage you go out of your way to visit Canton, Ohio, check out the shop, talk to Mitch, talk to Tony, say that Mayor Aaron sent you, and just enjoy it, because the experience that I had was truly amazing, and I cannot thank Mitch and Tony enough. So thank you guys so much, and thank you to Hasttel Toy.